Welcome, 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 all Zimbabweans. Welcome to you. Welcome this morning. Today is 13 February 2020. I welcome you all. I love you, Zimbabweans. I have you in my heart. I know many Zimbabweans are suffering. There are so many children, so many women, so many men, so many people with disabilities who cannot support themselves, who cannot fend for themselves. And I know you are suffering so much wherever you are. I have you in my heart. I feel hurt when I know Zimbabweans are suffering like that. You are human beings, just like everybody, but you are suffering. It is all because of criminals that are in charge of our country. Our country is rich in minerals. Our country is rich in human resources. Our country has got fertile soils, very good weather. If everything else is managed well, our country can be heavens on earth. But why are we failing to do this? It is because of criminals within Zanu PF who are holding on to power. We are saying no to that. Enough is enough. Please share this message to all your relatives. You have got relatives in the security sector, very, very important. You have relatives in the soldiers, who are police officers, who are prison officers, who are CIOs, and everybody else. You have relatives within the judicial system, the judges, the magistrates, public prosecutors, and everyone else. Please, let us share this information with them. Let us make sure that they also get to understand why we are saying enough is enough. Let us not fear other Zimbabweans who also need the same assistance. We must be together on the same side. Today, we are a laughing stock for the whole world. Our country has sunk simply because of few criminals who are enjoying. The criminals are enjoying. I tell you, if we take the resources that are being enjoyed by the criminals and share them amongst the Zimbabweans, then we will all, be okay. Look at it now. People are running all over the shore. Yesterday, it did not start now. It started long time ago, 1980. When we got into independence, Zanu PF brought tribalism. Zanu PF managed to segregate the Ndebele-speaking people. And the Ndebele-speaking people had no option but just to finish grade 7, some of them go to South Africa. Finish Form 4, some of them go to South Africa. They were not being cared for. That region was just neglected. Some people might deny this fact, but it is a fact. Zanu PF had a plan to use racism and tribalism to divide us. We are who we are today, as poor as we are today, as scattered all over the world as we are today, partly because of racism, tribalism, regionalism. Zanu PF took one section of the country to be superior than the other. And yes, when it was still nice, people used to enjoy it from the other part of the country. Used to enjoy it because they did not know that it was a tactic. We will never ever allow a country that is divided like that. We will respect all tribes, all regions, all races, all people. We will put in place laws that will respect these people. Everybody. We must be the same. We must be equal. No one is going to be more superior to another person. And that is what is going to build our nation. We need leaders with love, leaders with good heart. Leaders must love their work. They must respect their bosses, who are the people who put them there. Today, our country, Zimbabwe, is in a desperate state. It needs redemption. We need God to come in to intervene. We need love. People with love, leaders with love are the ones that are needed now. It's not just, we don't want comedians. We don't want people who pretend. We need people with other people at heart to lead us. We don't want rulers. We need leaders. People who are ready to be servants of the people. You cannot be a leader if you don't want to be a servant of the people who put you in power. So you are put in power by people, and therefore those people are our leaders. People lead the so-called leaders. Our country is in the hands of reckless people, ruthless people, criminals who are stealing, who are lying to us, who are doing it for self-benefits. If I'm doing it for self-benefits, you must kick me out. It's not acceptable. We cannot do this for self-benefits. This must stop. This must end. We must make sure that we do this for the people. If there are people today who are still saying "idipfe," then your intellect must be checked. Unless you are insane, then you can still say "idipfe." We will not allow this to go on and on forever. I gave you this assurance that the year 2020 is the year for the people. It is the year for the people's power. The people are going to regain their power in the year 2020. Come January 2021, we are not going to talk about this because Zanu PF will be history. I can assure you this. And this must happen. This must happen. We must kick Zanu PF this year. The people are suffering. The people have suffered for far too long. We are going to do free and fair elections afterwards. Zimbabwe People Power Movement is not a political party. It's a social movement meant to bring about all people. People from all walks of life should come forward and be part of Zimbabwe People Power Movement so that we can remove this illegal regime. Pass this message to everybody, to your relatives, to your neighbors, to your friends, to those whom you meet. Pass this. Pass it to your groups. Pass it. Put it on Facebook. Put it on YouTube. Put this on so that everybody gets to understand this. Enough is enough. We are sick and tired of lies. We are sick and tired of being used. Let us not be used. Let us not accept again anybody who deceives us. Let us work together and make sure the power comes into our hands, into the people's hands. The people are going to decide as we go on and on and on. We are going to have a transitional system very soon. After the transitional system is going to set the ground for the political players to come in now, and then we do elections thereafter. But for now, let us put politics aside. We come from different political parties. It can be Zanu PF. I mean, as long as you are not part of the criminals, we don't hate you. We don't hate Zanu PF. We hate the criminals and the system. You can be from MDCT, you can be from MDC Alliance, you can be from whatever political party. Come forward, let us be together. Fight the criminals and regain our power. Then we move together. Thank you very much, Zimbabweans. Thank you so much. Until we meet again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.